Today I'm going to teach you how to become so energetically untouchable that problems will solve themselves. This is not going to be an educational video, but a deep one-to-one session, you and me. Let's go straight into it. The first principle to become untouchable is to understand who you really are. Because there's two parts of you. One part is your name, JP, John, David, Amy. But why do you have to say, before you can say that name, you have to say I am. I am JP. So separate them and understand that I am represents the God principle in you. Every self-conscious being in the known universe, its first expression is I am. Only then do we start adding limitations to our own personality, our own ego, and our own self-created concepts. I am sick. I am financially embarrassed. I am unhealthy. I am not successful. Every time you use those words, you are throwing the perfect power of God in you into action, into manifestation. God and the law do not care about if you're doing it consciously or unconsciously. It is the law and it will be fulfilled. So why are you even creating problems in the first place? It's because you're not understanding how to use the God principle in you. Realize you're not only JP, the one that is always going to be limited. You need to rise above that consciousness into your natural birthright. I am. Do it with me right now as a quick example so that you can feel it for yourself. Take a deep breath in, exhale, and say very slowly and feel it. I am. I am. I am. Notice how you start to feel like you're floating. Close your eyes. Say it a few more times. I am. I am. Wow. Mind activity drops. You feel more connected, more aligned. Suddenly, there's no noise. There's no limitation. You can open your eyes. That is your limitless consciousness that you can say to you, I am everything I desire to be. How do you start solving problems before they even show up? By understanding that every single problem is only created by your inability to see the truth that everything you want out there is something that you already have within yourself. And when you give your power away to outer things, to the world, you become a beggar. That's when you create problems. The only time you will ever feel afraid in your entire life is when you have forgotten this truth. And the only reason why you feel this anxiety, this stress, this instability or insecurity within you is because those are messengers that are pointing you and telling you, hey, wake up. There's something that you're believing that is not aligned with your natural blueprint of God that lives in you. God in you, which is you, is all power, is all wealth, is all peace. That is the natural quality that you're meant to manifest. It was never meant for the Almighty Creator of the world, for its children, to ever beg for a thing. Do you think that it is God and the universe that is creating a reality less than perfection that you're experiencing? The answer is no. This is only done when you give power to the false God, to your ego. When you believe the doubting thoughts and feelings of your mind, you are now serving a false master. Because once your ego hooks your attention on something, then that attention is what gives life and what creates the problem in the first place. To become energetically untouchable, you must understand that it is only your consciousness which creates problems in the first place when it is misdirected. The statement that Jesus says, I am the resurrection and the life, applies to you as well. I am lives in you. That state of awareness, that Neville Goddard also teaches, that I am, the unconditioned awareness, will give life to everything that you give your attention to. So if you give attention to thoughts that are built on doubt, self-sabotage, and an old identity or story of why you shouldn't be able to do something, then you will become the cause that creates these seeming problems in your outer reality. And when they appear in your outer reality, because you still haven't remembered and embodied who you really are, then you see those problems as big giants, and you, through your own perception, see yourself as a grasshopper. But it is only because you see yourself as a grasshopper and the problems as big giants that you find yourself in this worry, in this rush, in this world of powerlessness that you yourself are creating. So I want you, if this sounds harsh to you, to use it as fuel, awaken, and stop giving your power to your mind, to your ego. You have to tell it, stop. I am the master here. I am the one. And as you change that little internal mechanism, problems will literally solve themselves. You will become untouchable because you're now remembering and embodying who you really are. I am. When you walk down the street, when you walk into any meeting, when you go and create content, when you go and serve a client, before you do anything, remember, I am. I am literally the son or daughter of the creator of the universe. This power is within me, and I don't need anything outside of myself to remember and reclaim that. And when your mind says, why me? Why me? Why should I do this? I'm not worthy. I don't know if I'm deserving. Oh my goodness. Did I say something wrong? Did I did this wrong? Oh my God, what's going to happen? When all of that happens, that's an illusion. That's your mind wanting to plug your attention, your consciousness, your life force to that. And you need to stop it. And maybe you'll tell me, well, JP, you know, my mind and my ego has too much power over me. This is where daily discipline comes in. Everybody tells you in the manifestation space, this is how you manifest instantly. This is how you do this. It's so easy. Just use this method. All of that is BS. You have to become the master. You need to master yourself, and you will automatically master reality. You will automatically master all problems, because problems will only show up until you realize you're the one creating them and that you're the one who can uncreate them. So please start remembering who you really are. Drop daily as an application into 15 to 20 minutes of saying and repeating I am, until you reach this floating space where you're no longer conditioned by your old programming and self-imposed limitations, and breathe in that space. What do you want to create? When you ask yourself that question in that unconditioned state of being, the clarity, the power, the execution will come to you naturally, and you will start to understand that everything will come when you still the mind. If you don't, you live in chaos 24/7. And if there's chaos 24/7 within, there will be chaos 24/7 without. That is the universal law of consciousness. So we need to flip the script and start applying daily discipline so we can still the mind and clear problems internally, so that the problems outside of us will clear themselves automatically. Now, here's what 99% of people never do, and I'm going to share it with you now. As you go deeper into this application, you might find that there's some stuck emotions, some stuck personalities, some stuck stories that are just too overwhelming. Sadness, grief, whatever you want to call it. And that is on a deep level a trauma that is still unprocessed. When we have unprocessed trauma, the trauma will try to recreate itself through thought and feeling loops to try to resolve and conclude that situation. But because we haven't been educated on how to actually do this, we then think that everything is spiritual, that the problems are happening because of things outside of us, but it's all coming from the depths of our subconscious mind, the womb of creation, which is still oscillating and activating that trauma that needs to be processed. So here's how you actually process trauma in a way that is permanent. And of course, if you need help, please go get someone that will support you in this release. The thing that you're gonna do, this is based on EMDR, which reprocesses trauma through brain stimulation. Now, you have to sit down, take a deep breath in, find a space where you won't be disturbed for at least 30 minutes. And that dense emotion, close your eyes. Where do you feel it the most? Is it on the top? You can also use, in a way, the energy center, so you feel it more in your root, your sacral, your heart, your solar plexus, your throat. Focus on there. There might be a memory. There might be a deep sense of sadness. You in that moment must become the alchemist. You need to feel to heal. You need to feel to transcend. You need to feel to rise above that thing. So sit in silence, and you will do this as I'm teaching you, and you will start tapping your chest back and forth for 1 or 2 minutes at a time. Then you will take a pause, do around 4 to 5 rounds, and let the body reprocess the trauma. After you do this, you will feel 1,000 times lighter, and you will see how you've now addressed the root cause and how the old cycles and the velocity and the frequency of negative thinking will automatically decrease. That is going to change the game for you. This is just one of the ways in which I help conscious entrepreneurs blow up their income and impact. If you want that, click the first link in the description and I'll help you identify and solve your biggest business bottleneck. I'll see you there. Apart from that, thank you for watching and have an amazing day.